What is up, YouTube? I'm sorry I've been gone for a couple weeks. I've been a little busy with work, but I have an unboxing video for you today. And this one is something that my mother had bought. It is a Smith & Wesson J-frame, and we're going to upgrade it for her with a Crimson Trace grip. So let's get to it. Alright, so the box is just a standard Smith & Wesson box. We got our model, 442, specs, serial number, all that. Open it up. I'll tell you there's not a whole lot. Instruction manual, lock. My mom did get some speed strips. But here is the gun itself. Got a little chamber flag there. It's really light. Now, in this video, obviously there's not a whole lot to the box. We're just going to take a look at the specs and compare it to my Ruger SP101, and then we'll upgrade it. So, here we go. Here's the weight. All right. So we got 14.6 ounces. All right, weighing up to the Ruger SP101. We got 1 pound, 9.4 ounces, which is gonna end up being about 26 ounces total, compared to the 14.6. And reading through Smith & Wesson's website on the model 442, it's a 38 special revolver, 4.6 ounces, width is 1.3 inches, height is 4.3. And then all the tech specs. Obviously it's a 5-shot revolver, double action only, a 1.88 inch barrel with a polymer grip. The sights are integral, which are these terrible ramp sights with the notch at the end. Not a fan of those. That's why I got rid of my ramp sight on my Ruger SP101. Barrel material is made out of stainless steel. The frame is made out of aluminum, so that's why it's so light. It does say it is a 10-pound trigger pull, so let's give that a go. Now, the website says 10 pounds. Let's see how close we get to that. Looks like 10 and a quarter. 10 and a quarter again, so I'm gonna stick with 10 and a quarter, which is pretty close, but you know, it's a revolver. You're not really gonna get away with a lighter trigger pull from the factory, because all that weight is what spins the revolver around and engages the action. Now, I do like the look of this revolver. It does really mimic my Smith & Wesson Governor with the black and the black rubber grip that has a Smith & Wesson stamp. It's really good. Good looking piece. It is much smaller than the Ruger SP101 though. And there's your size comparison. Now, the Ruger has a 2.25 inch barrel. This has less than 2 inches. Also, the operations are a little bit different. So on Smith & Wesson's, you usually push that forward to release the cylinder. And on a Ruger, you push the button down. So, now it is a good looking piece, and obviously this is what you call a pocket revolver. Other things that I like over this, rather than the SP101, is the ejector rod is a lot stiffer. And it also spins the cylinder, which is kind of neat, but it seems like it's a lot more sturdy. Now, the reason that the SP101 isn't so sturdy is just the way that it has the triple locking design right there. So the crane locks into the frame of the gun right there, and all the mechanisms can't give a solid ejector rod there. So it's the one knocks that I have when it comes to the SP101 and the GP100. Their ejector rods are just flimsy and loose, and you could probably see that on camera right there. But with this Smith & Wesson, you don't have that. It's nice and sturdy. It's not loose or anything. Now it's weird to say that a Smith & Wesson revolver is more sturdy than a Ruger, because that's, you know, generally not the case, but in this case the ejector rod does win in that department. Now this is a small gun, and for 38 special, I mean, 2 fingers are on the grip, you're gonna be fine. 357 you're not. And I learned that when I put one of these Crimson Trace on my Ruger SP101. For some of you that have been following the channel since day one of my first videos that blew up was my Crimson Trace laser on this revolver, and I was pointing it at my bed, which was kind of funny. Didn't expect it to blow up like that, but here we are. So let's get to installing this sight, and we'll show you. Now, like I said, this is for my mom, so it is pink. It's all right. So in the box you get instruction manuals, a sticker, some batteries, cleaning kit, and some looks like screws, tools, whatever. Now, I've installed one of these before, so I'm not going to take my time with the battery or the instructions. I will tell you that they do come, I think, sighted in 50 yards from the factory. That's what the other one was rated for. I would imagine that this is the same thing. So things to keep in mind though, on my other Crimson Trace grip, the one that sucked so much that I had to take it off my Ruger SP101, and that was mainly because when you shoot a 357 and you only have 2 fingers on the grip, that is going to hurt, and it's not a good feeling. But with this thing, I had trouble keeping the battery in place, and I did read some forums prior that also had the same problem. So let's see if this will be the same thing. Let's see if that turned it on. Nope, I'm probably gonna flip it around. And of course. All right, I think I installed this backwards, so let's just pop that one out. That one seems like it's a lot more stiffer in the gun. There is the laser. So it's a push button activation. When you grab the grip, laser automatically turns on. There's no on-off switch, so you kind of just gotta roll with it. So let's go ahead and take the stock grip off. Now, I will admit, I think the pink is really gonna look good on this black gun. So let's see if this is the right size. It is. And if you're hearing meowing noises, we are babysitting some kittens. 3 kittens that were found on the side of the road. No mom, so we're watching that for some friends while they are out of town. So that's how easy the grip pops off. Super simple. There is the hammer spring there. Now, since it is a double action only gun, the hammer is in there, but you can't cock it back. So, kind of interesting. Ow, frick, that hurt. All right, so same thing. This is just gonna go right there. I believe. Come on. There we go. Fits nice and snug. Nice and snug. Come on. Almost nice and snug. There's a little gap there. There we go. Heard that snap in. Now, you're not going to be able to use the stock screws, so we pop this bad boy back in. We'll tighten it and throw it in the box so we don't lose it. All right, that's good to go. And I'm guessing we gotta use these. So, mother trucker. There we go. This looks like it's a bigger hole, and that is a screw. The other interesting thing that I'm now noticing, I believe, now it's been a couple years since I had my Crimson Trace on my Ruger, but the Ruger only takes one screw to install the grip. If I'm remembering correctly, this is taking two, which is interesting. All right. Like I said, this pink I thought was going to look really good on this black gun. For any of you ladies out there, if you want a pink gun and enjoy the black, you can have the best of both worlds. But look at that, nice and pretty. Now you do have these stickers that you're supposed to install, the laser warnings. I believe those are like a legally mandated thing that they have to sell those or have those with the gun or with the laser. But take a look at that. I think my mom is actually really going to like that. Crimson Trace. So you do have the little adjustment tools. And like I said, I believe it comes sighted in already for 50 yards. I will just double check and check the hallway length just for my mom. But that's a good looking gun. And since it's 38 special, I mean, you can shoot that small grip all day long. I know the rubber feels nicer, but when I did have my Crimson Trace on my Ruger, the 38s felt fine. Not too bad. The 357s are what hurt. And that's why I took it off and went with this $30 Hogue Mono Grip. So that 357 obviously packs a punch, and if you're not having a full hand to control that recoil, it can bite you in the butt. So, but look at that, it's super pretty. And that laser comes right on there. So, great pocket gun, and you know, I think my mom is gonna like it. So, that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I always really appreciate you. We'll get some more videos coming up. I have a gun on the way with my Smith & Wesson rewards from the shop I work at. Was able to get a free gun, so that's going to keep coming in a few weeks. I'll obviously go to the range here pretty soon and get some more videos going. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you, and we're tuning out. Peace.